Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Rice to Meet You, your comedy podcast about Asian culture. Now, I just want to take some time out before today's episode to thank you guys for all of your support, and a special thank you to all of our patrons. You guys really make this podcast happen, because without your support, we wouldn't be able to do it the way we do. It keeps the podcast relatively creatively free, as Nigel would put it. So thank you. And if you want to join our Patreon and get access to extra episodes and our Discord page where you can interact with other listeners and ourselves, then head on over to patreon.com/rice-to-meet-you-pod and choose the tier that best suits you. And yeah, we thank you guys so much because we really enjoy doing this podcast and we're so glad that it's reached so many people. So again, thank you. And now, on with the show.
Why do you think I flew business? Why do you think I flew business? To make up for the heartbreak. Because I deserve this. I feel shitty enough already. I don't want to sit next to scum while I feel heartbreak. I want to feel heartbreak with champagne.
Welcome to Rice to Meet You, your comedy podcast about Asian culture. I am your host, Evelyn Mock.
And I'm your co-host, Nigel Ng.
Yay!
I am back in London now, people. My Stockholm
back
trip
in London.
is over. Yes. We didn't record any episodes in Sweden this time. But I escaped because lockdown. London went into tier 4, so I escaped to Sweden and it became like a posh COVID refugee. You know?
Nigel, you can't call yourself a refugee.
I'm escaping a horrible situation for a better life. What about that does not scream refugee to you?
You booked business class on BA. You're a jet setter.
No. I don't like that term.
You stayed at a hotel.
Yes, I had caviar when I landed, but that doesn't preclude me from being a refugee. And I'll have you know this, people. Caviar is the cheapest thing you can get in Stockholm.
I'm going to be honest, it is very cheap. I mean, if you like caviar, like my local supermarket, it's on sale now for like £2. So
Poor people eat it. Poor people eat caviar.
So, realistically, if you are a refugee, you would probably be able to eat caviar in
that's
Sweden.
all you get.
But it's all you get to acclimatize your taste buds to Swedish food.
You have to stand in line at the food bank. And they just dish out caviar to you. That's Swedish communism.
Oh my god. But now you are back.
Yes, it is. I guess it's nice to be back in London. I have all my filming equipment and stuff, and I can get to work. You know. I wish I stayed longer though.
Well, Stockholm's kind of miserable this time of year. It's
there's no daylight.
There's no daylight.
2:30 and it gets dark.
Yeah. It's nice. But in summertime, it's light until like 11 or something. So
really,
you give and take.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I want to mention something, though, before we get into today's episode. I know we said we're not going to talk about crystals anymore.
Oh. But well, have you purchased any crystals lately?
I have not purchased any crystals. Although I will say I was surfing Amazon to look for a gift for my agent. And I came across this like bracelet of like just different types of crystals on it, and it said like it was like for attraction, for energy, for healing, and I was like so tempted to buy it for myself, and I was like, no, what is happening? Don't do this. This is wrong.
You should have gotten it. You should have got it for the podcast. And can you imagine we open it with like, Nigel, so I've done something bad this week. Yeah. I've made your predictions come true.
I've gotten engaged to myself. It would be so bad. But oh god.
I let loneliness get the better of me.
Oh,
and now I have crystals.
You always put it in the most negative way possible.
What do you mean?
I let loneliness get the best of me.
That's what people who buy crystals are.
No. Some people do yoga.
Name me one extrovert with crystals. Zero.
Oprah Winfrey. I don't know.
So you didn't buy it.
I didn't buy it. I did buy it.
Hey, that's good.
I didn't buy it.
That's good. Congratulations, Evelyn, for not buying crystals, for not succumbing to the societal pressures.
I think if we hadn't talked about it on the podcast, I probably would have bought it. It's like an amulet or something for my mental health. But that was what I wanted to mention. I wanted to mention, and this will be the last time we talk about crystals on the podcast.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm going to make every effort to not talk about crystals anymore. Publicly. I'll write about it in my journal.
You'll secretly hide it. You'll buy it, but then secretly hide it and never talk about your shameful secrets.
I'll have a drawer. My crystal drawer. Oh my God. That I open when I need good energy. Yeah. I'm like, Oh gosh. Okay. But I can't believe that neither of us clocked this before. But I just thought about this. We're Asians. So we don't buy crystals. We buy jade. Yes. Like that's what we buy.
Yes.
I can't believe that neither of us clocked that.
I forgot about that. But yes, that is the Asian crystal. So
it's the Asian crystal.
So are you gonna buy some jade soon?
I already have so much jade. Everybody has, right? Like your grandmother gives it to you every birthday.
I don't.
So it's like,
I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they see me, they're like, he's gonna grow up to be a fuckboy. He doesn't need no jade. You know, fuckboys don't need jade. We need condoms, remember? Give me condoms over jade. Fuck jade.
Get jade condoms.
Yeah.
Like reusable jade
cold.
condoms.
It's too cold. And slippery.
What if they could make a dildo out of jade?
You would buy that, wouldn't you? It's green and white and cloudy.
Like the dildo of the Hulk.
And it's so cold and heavy.
It would be so heavy.
And as you use it, you'll hear this sound in your head.
Ding-a, 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 ding-a. I feel like we're being so disrespectful right now.
I'm sure there are jade dildos. Let me try to Google it right now.
Oh no! Oh
yes, there is. There is.
There?
Yes,
oh my God! Really? Oh no!
We will we'll Google image search. Editor Yang, put some on the YouTube. Put some images on it.
We'll get demonetized.
No, it won't. It won't. It's just a dildo. Just an image. Put it for like 5-10 seconds. Put it there. Photoshop it next to Evelyn's face, and then put a heart emoji next to it. Animate it so it's just poking Evelyn's forehead.
Oh my God!
Animate it.
Don't do that, please. Don't.
Do you think doing this will stop our editor from putting your hands up, blocking the camera, or start our editor doing it?
Yang, be nice, please. Be nice. Don't put it next to Nigel.
No. Full screen Evelyn and have 5 dildos pointing at her. 5 jade dildos.
Stop.
I think you're gonna be Evelyn Jade Dildo Mock next week.
I can't.
I'm happy for this video to get demonetized. If you could get that image, it's worth it.
I can't believe. How am I still doing this podcast with you? Like, how am I still doing this with you?
Well, it's funny. It's funny. We know. We have a lot of lonely listeners out there who will probably benefit from jade dildos. Our listeners are 2 camps. You know, I see a lot of fuckboys reach out to me. You know, they're telling me, "Hey, Nigel, you know, how's Manscaped? The ladies love it." You know, seriously, I got a few people. And then they talk to me about their workout routine, you know, and they're like, how do you find calisthenics, bro? You know, so there's 2 camps of fans we have on the podcast.
Oh God,
listeners, let us know in the YouTube comments or leave a review at Apple Podcasts telling us what camp you are. Are you the 9 condom camp or are you jade dildo camp?
Don't call my camp the jade dildo camp, okay?
2 slippers
call
camp.
my camp the mentally healthy camp.
Mentally healthy, lonely camp. Okay?
I do get a lot of I do get two slippers camp, exactly.
Yeah, two slippers
I do
camp.
get a lot of listeners who reach out to me and thank me for being vulnerable on the podcast because they're going through similar stuff. And I appreciate that.
My listeners, my fans, thank me for being, yes, thanks for putting Asian males out there, showing people that we fuck too, bro.
God. Oh my God.
You're doing all of us a service here.
Oh, your fans are the ones who hurt my fans, and that's why they're in the position that they are.
No.
I can tell you for sure.
No.
Yes. Your fans are responsible for my fans' deteriorating mental health. Because they're fuckboys. And they just do you once and then don't call you again. Okay, it's getting too personal.
Has Evelyn been fucked by one of my fans before? Let's find out.
No. Oh my God, my sexual history isn't great. I'll be honest. But
What history? What history? What history? You need to have shit happen before you have history.
I will say this. I was thinking about my history, and I was like, because we talked about previously, the energy you put out into the world is kind of like what you get back.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I put out a good energy, and I got pretty good energy back. Like, I got pretty decent, nice dudes.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking recently, and I was like, oh, the dudes I'm getting attention from now, they're the ones who have avatars in their like Instagram profiles. They come on to you in a really creepy kind of way. And it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm putting out an energy that I'm like, how did I get here? Kind of.
Who knows? You know? Isn't that the guy you want? The guys who talk about your emotions and feelings. The guys who talk about feelings so much and are so much antidepressants that cocks never get hard ever.
Nigel!
You know? I'm Evelyn Mock. I just want an emotional connection. That's what I want in a mate.
I do want an emotional connection.
Yeah.
I do want an emotional connection.
But you want to be fucked well too.
Nigel.
What? Isn't that much to ask? That's what a relationship is. You need an emotional connection, yes, but hopefully the bed stuff is good too.
Yeah, and I don't see why they're mutually exclusive. You act as if they're mutually exclusive.
I'm not saying they are mutually exclusive. I'm saying you attract the kind of guys who only have one of them.
No! No!
Okay.
Maybe I do.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh,
Nobody knows.
God.
I think now you do attract the vibe you put out, right?
Yeah.
I think now you put out a good vibe.
Oh, thank you,
You know?
Nigel. Can I get an applause?
No.
Give me an applause. Give me twice.
You make me feel special.
Oh my God, I can't believe I just did a dance to twice. I never thought I would do that on this podcast. I thought it was you.
You're becoming a career boo. You're gonna learn a dance move soon.
I'm such a Korea boo. I will say, like, it is that thing where it's like, because just a few months ago, I was sitting around and I was like, I realized that I think I was attracted to one of my friends that I hang out with. And
Listeners,
then,
it's not me. It's not me, okay?
It's not Nigel. It's
Don't
never Nigel.
ship us.
Yeah, don't. Well, I mean, if you want to, you can, but it's not going to happen. It would be like incest. But yeah, because I just
Evan,
told you
you can't even handle me in bed. I'll scare you off in bed. I'm too experienced. Seriously. You see the shit I do, you're like, whoa. It's like a high school kid playing in the NBA. You know?
It's not that. It's because you've told me what you do, and you do horrible stuff. You're like, I spit in her face, I pull her hair.
Hey, don't share all this with everybody. It's okay. You can keep this in. You don't have to edit this out. But don't share all this.
So it's not because I can't. It's because I don't want to get spat on. I don't enjoy that. What is that?
That's
Why
what
do
I'm
you
telling
spit on
you.
somebody
You haven't
love?
gotten to that level yet.
Oh my God.
You know, you're still riding the bicycle with training wheels on.
With training wheels on. I just believe that there are other ways of making love.
You can't handle it. So don't ship us.
Oh my god.
You'll be scarred for life if you see what I do.
Oh god. Oh, because we were there's a line. There's a line that shouldn't be crossed. Where's the line until it becomes assault, Nigel? Where's the line?
If it's consensual, it's never assault.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Anyways, you were saying you're falling for this friend. You're getting attached to this friend.
I was getting attached to this friend because I was like, he's around.
Oh my god. That is the saddest thing.
I know,
That is the saddest thing.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's not a good reason to like someone.
Because he's around. Because he's convenient.
Oh, because he's convenient.
Wow.
And we get along, we're friends, but it's like, oh, yeah, this isn't a good idea. Oh, that's so funny.
That's so sad. You know what's going to be around too?
What?
Crystals and Jade. They'll be around.
I thought we finished it.
No.
I thought we had a
If
really
you keep
elegant
giving
finish.
out this vibe, we'll keep talking about Jade every episode.
Well, I hope I don't keep giving out this vibe because I want to give out a positive vibe, like a nice vibe. Yeah, because now I'm like, oh, I feel like I give off a nice vibe. But now the problem is I'm getting into Asian dudes. I can't believe I'm saying this, but
Finally.
I've watched so much Korean drama, so I'm like, oh my god.
Listen. It's
Asian
not just
men.
Korean dramas. It's Nigel 9 condoms. You know, it's my conquest that you hear about. And you're like, oh, I want that life.
Your conquest. So
Yeah.
you're saying that you've influenced me to
Yeah.
be attracted.
I
to-
made you see Asian males as sexual beings too.
The thing is, I'm glad you introduced me to Korean dramas because if you were the only Asian man that I seen, I wouldn't be attracted to
What?
Asian men.
What? What is this?
9 condoms, like, that's everything that I don't stand for. That's so funny. But it is true. Your influence of introducing me to more Asian stuff has influenced my attraction to Asian men. But now I'm like, oh, I don't think I don't think I give off the vibe that attracts Asian men to me because I'm not conventionally attractive in Asian terms.
No, don't say that. Don't
that's
say
the
that.
true
What's a
thing.
self-limiting belief? I don't think you're too ugly for Asian men. I genuinely don't think that.
Okay, listeners, I know that sounds harsh, but that is such a compliment.
It is a compliment.
It is a compliment.
You can say to me, Nigel, I don't think you are too ugly for Asian women. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Or actually, for you, it would be white women.
What
it
do you
would be
mean?
the other way around because of the like, or maybe it's Asian women as well because Asian men have been demasculated for everybody, basically. But
Yeah. Well, I'm just not too ugly for women, period. Okay?
oh my god, that's actually how I felt a bit of a for
No.
a while. I was just too ugly for men.
No, no.
Period.
Listen, you can always rely
Uh.
if you're an Asian woman and you feel like super ugly, which you shouldn't, by the way. But if you do, don't forget, there's always white men with an Asian fetish who will love you anyway.
Nigel,
Isn't it great to be an Asian woman in the Western world?
Oh, so women, if you feel that you're too unattractive, don't worry. You can always be a consolation prize
you
for
can
weird
always
fetishes.
You can always rely on certain psychological disorders.
Oh god.
You know, I think it's a great thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing to you and your self-esteem. I'm just saying there's a little backup plan for you if you ever feel like that. But I don't think you should feel like that.
Okay, so this was meant to be like a light, funny kind of conversation touching on how I feel like I'm not attractive enough to to Asian men.
Use the
And then
fetish.
You just
Use
went
the fetish. If you have nothing else to offer,
landmine.
use the fetish.
You just dropped a landmine in what was supposed to be just like a little hole.
It's a funny landmine though. It's a funny landmine.
It's so insulting, Nigel.
Listen, Evelyn,
it's so insulting.
I don't think you are that ugly that you only need to rely on fetishes. I think you are pretty enough that people will like you for who you are.
Do you really, Nigel?
Yeah, I genuinely think that because, like I've seen you improving and the YouTube comments, they all say you're getting prettier. And I think so too. You look better. Your skin's better. You're more radiant.
I'm more radiant.
Last year when we started this podcast, I wouldn't have said that. When you said, I am too ugly for Asian men, not conventionally attractive, I'm like, well, the weather is bad, huh? Isn't the weather bad today? Let's change the topic. Change the topic now, please.
Okay, so I've been reading your YouTube comments, people, and I've seen a few where it says Nigel's just bullying Evelyn. The roasting is too much, and I understand why you think that now.
No, that's just how Asian friends express love to each other.
I'm so glad I know how you are, and I know you personally.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this personally, but I do understand how this makes people uncomfortable.
But
when they watch it.
doesn't that make my compliments have so much more weight?
I mean, if you
like how
believe
Evelyn loves
that.
to say, I feel so much sadness, and that's why I have so much capacity to feel joy. Okay, I'm Evelyn Mock. I live in paradoxes. The same way I can say the same thing. I'm so mean, and that's why I can express such great compliments and love to friends. Because I'm Nigel Ng and I live in paradoxes too.
You don't.
I'm so
you don't
mean
say,
I can be so nice.
Nigel, you don't say, I think you're beautiful, Evelyn. You say, I think you're not that ugly that some Asian men might find you attractive. That's what you say. You don't
I mean,
say, you're beautiful.
Who says you're beautiful? Who says that? Unless you're lovers. We're not lovers. That's what I tell my lover. You're beautiful. You're the most beautiful woman in insert city where she lives. Depends on where I see them.
Insert city where she lives.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so funny. You're terrible.
I'm not gonna call you beautiful. That's not what Asian friends do. Fire emoji, yes queen. That's what Instagram does. That's what your Instagram followers do. That's not what I do.
If you left a comment like that for me on Instagram, I would be so happy.
I'll do that.
That'd be so funny. Oh my god. And listeners, you can go in and leave a comment as well if you attractive enough for Asian men.
Yeah. That's a great compliment.
Am I K-drama actor attractive enough?
No, neither of us are.
Neither of us are.
Let's be realistic
That's such a
here.
shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to be realistic.
But you need to start meeting people. Meet some good vibes people, Meet some nice Asian men. Nice Asian men.
Nice Asian men.
Yeah.
I think, yes, I want to meet nice Asian men. I want to meet someone kind, someone fun.
Yeah.
Well, it is interesting because it's like, I don't know how to, because the thing is, I've had flings and stuff, but I haven't had a relationship. So actually, I've been not in a relationship. Well, I've been mossel.
Yeah.
Mote solo, which is the Korean expression, which means single since birth. But I find it interesting because I've sort of, this is something that I've seen with a lot of Asians, mostly women, I think, but then also men in the West, where they are just single. They're just single until like adulthood, and there's no like prospect of relationship or something like that. And I'm like, is that a thing? Or why is it like that? Is it because...
I mean, there are white people who are like that too, Do you think it's more prevalent in Asians here in the West?
Maybe. I feel like it is because...
I'm inclined to agree with you just based on my own...
experience.
Yeah.
Because people like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I wonder why it is. And you do have a point. There are white people who, also like Western people who are also like that. But in Asia, there's like a term for it, like mate solo, or like, in all the different Asian languages, there are terms for it, like leftover, Christmas cake and stuff. And it's like, well, not Christmas cake, but like Old Virgin and stuff. Who I think it was the Philippines or something that called it that. But so it's such an interesting thing. And I wonder if it is because when you're here, you're raised by, an Asian family. And so you're taught all of these things about being conservative, about dating and stuff. Because, for instance, for me, my parents were like, no boys, no boys. If I went out, they were like, who are the friends? Are they boys? Like, but they weren't strict. They just wanted to know. So I always grew up with this thing of like, okay, no boys, no boys. And then all of a sudden, when you turn like 25, they're like, why aren't you getting married? Where's your husband? And so I'm wondering if it's that you're raised with like values that don't necessarily fit into the West, because in the West, it's like, it's very open. It's very like you have sex before you even say hi, But in Asia, it's very innocent. Like everything's very like, and then I know in culture, like Asian culture, it might be different, but it's like, it's very innocent.
And we can't, it's not compatible. Can you imagine going on a date here in the Western world, say with a white, I'm thinking, imagine I go on a date with a white woman and then I start holding her hand. Who does that?
Holding hands is nice.
That's not the first thing you do. You make out with them first.
Holding hands is nice.
You sleep with people first. Before holding hands is more intimate than sleeping with them.
That's weird.
I mean, it is true.
See, that's weird. I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, I think you need to go to Asia and date in Asia.
I think I need to go to Asia and date.
And also, growing up here is probably not good for your sense of self. So you always felt this sense of inferiority, never fitting in.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good, stable sense of self, you're not going to want to date other people because you always feel like, oh, I don't deserve to be with someone.
Yeah,
it's
that
very
might
sad.
be true, actually.
Yeah.
That might be true. So it's like a lifetime of displacement.
Yep.
Not fitting in. That's affected you. Like,
welcome to the
person
Western
like
world. That's what you get for trying to find a better life. Suffer in Asia like the rest of us. At least you'll be happy and you'll be having a sense of self. We are poor, sure. It's dirtier, sure.
Yeah.
There's more people. Quality of life isn't as great.
Yeah.
But we meet people, we fit in, we have fun. What would you want?
Oh dear. And I just have to say, like, I know obviously it's not in Asia. It's like dating is very different and stuff. It's not like, of course people sleep together there. Of course people have sex and do things. But the impression that I've gotten is that it's a bit different. Like it's more coy in a way. At the beginning, at least.
You can't do that. Imagine a guy coy here. Oh.
How was it for you? Did you date?
Yeah, but I was already a fuckboy when I was in high school, so I was an anomaly. So.
Of course you were.
Yeah.
Of course you were.
I had my old Malaysian teenager boy moves that I make.
What was that?
I had a car, so it was very convenient. Pick girls up, go to the mall.
Is that like a move?
That's teenagers.
What is that a move?
They just impress you have a car. How did
you have a car?
My mom bought one for me, a second-hand car.
Oh my
and
God.
And people just love it. Oh my God, he has a car. Oh my. Teenage women are so easy to impress.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Because I was a teenager too. It's not like I went back there when I was 26, okay? I was 17,
you sound
18
like Matthew
also.
McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. Like, I like high school girls because I keep getting older, but they stay the same age.
Yeah, like nowadays, if I tell a woman I have a car, they're like, okay, so? If you tell women
London.
my age, why you live in London? Ugh,
You
stupid.
don't need a car.
But then you go to high school, you're like, I have a car. Oh my God, take me somewhere, daddy.
Oh my God, gross. Oh, Nigel, you really are like the high school, like, jock.
No, I wasn't a jock.
You weren't a jock, but in Malaysian standards, you were good at math, so that makes you a jock.
I did do some sports too,
Asian
I
jock.
I was pretty decent at sports too.
What
I
were
was
you
a good
decent at?
all-rounder, yeah. played
What were you
volleyball, I
decent
played
at?
basketball,
Oh.
Yeah, I was decent at it. I wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was decent at it. So yeah, I had a car. What else did I do? I
Oh my
had
God.
confidence. I think that's the most important thing, really. I had confidence to talk to women.
Yeah, that's
know?
true.
And I went to so many malls, man. Malaysia, when I was a teenager, growing up, we just hung out in malls because you couldn't really drink. So we just hung out in malls in the daytime. Those are our dates. Meet at the mall at 2 p.m. and then have lunch.
Oh.
And then drop her back at her place for dinner with her parents, before dinner time.
And so what? So it was just like you just went on dates, mall dates, basically.
Yeah, maybe hold hands, make out in the back seat of the car. Nothing more. Maybe second base. Touching each other. That's it, really. That was my Malaysian teenage years.
Your Malaysian teenage years.
Yeah, it's very innocent.
Okay, yeah.
What
My
were your
teenage
teenager?
years.
What are your Swedish teenage years like?
I
What'd
was
you do?
depressed. I was depressed.
I
What
have,
did
as
I
a
do?
teenager, I've brought them to, I had pretty good date ideas for a teenager.
What were your date ideas?
We brought someone to fly a kite one time. Hey, it was a fun activity.
Okay, fly a kite, and then
And it works. I used that tactic on many different women. They were like, oh.
okay,
So
okay.
those are my moves.
That sounds really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Compared to you, depressed in Gothenburg,
I was depressed in Gothenburg.
whose
Well,
life do you want?
I was on MSN Chat. I don't know if people remember MSN Chat, but you could have MSN Chat, and then you would have like your name would be like titles of songs. So I was always very good at picking like titles of different songs that I like, but that matched up and made a sentence. So I would do that, and then I would chat with this boy that I really liked. Roy, actually, it was his name. I was so in love with him. Oh my
Asian?
God. His mom was Thai,
Mhm.
his dad was Israeli.
What's happening to Roy now?
And I was attracted to him because he kind of looked like Adam Sandler. Because I loved Adam Sandler. Roy now, I think he's married. And he works at for tech. He works
Was he
in
the one
tech.
who got away? Was he
For a
the
while,
one-
I thought he was.
Really?
Yeah, for a while. Yeah, I thought. Because it was that first love kind of thing where I
What?
was like, so I was very dramatic
Yeah.
in high school.
I remember my first love too. It was very innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Was
held
it?
hands first. We held hands
Yeah.
on a.
yeah.
That was before I had a car too.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
held hands on a pack train.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Very innocent. Very innocent.
Very innocent. That sounds really nice. That
Yeah.
sounds like white people, the nice time white people have in Asia.
You should have grown up in Asia, man. I'm telling you.
I
It
actually,
would solve so many of your mental issues.
I think it would either destroy me
No.
or it would make me really hardened.
If you grew up here, if you grew up in Asia, then it's just normal. It's just what everybody
Yeah,
does.
that's true.
You
That's
know?
what everybody does. But I heard, speaking of that, actually, because I was filming and I was in the makeup room, and another actress and the makeup artist were talking, and they were talking about their trips to Asia. And they were like, yeah, it's so nice there. People are so respectful and they're so caring and lovely. And like, they really took care of us there. Like, it was so lovely, lovely people. And I was like, what Asian people have you met? Like, nice, kind? What are you talking about?
Hey, listen. We are always nice to white people because we want them to think our country is amazing and we are always like this and we are so hospitable. But to other Asians, we'll fucking spit in their face. We'll treat them like shit, spit in their face, which coincidentally I quite like. Didn't know that about myself, but
Be warned. He will
What?
spit in your face. Be warned. I'm just saying it to everybody who's potentially wanting to
not-
slide into his DMs.
not
Be warned.
not everyone. It depends on the person. People like different things. Okay, the
Oh,
spit in your face
God.
vibe is not for everybody. You adjust. You play the room, right? It's like working a crowd. You kind of know what the crowd needs.
How do
It's
you
like
work out
stand-up.
that that's somebody who will enjoy it?
You progress.
How do you work out
progress
that?
slowly. You choke them first, see if they like it. Okay, they like
Oh,
this. Let's go one step
God.
further. And then you do a few more things. And if they keep liking it, then it comes to the spitting in the face part. You feel the room. You read the room.
I want to keep this in because I like the idea of people just going like, oh my God, that's how Uncle Roger has sex? And then imagine Uncle Roger choking people.
Hiya!
Exactly. Yes. Do it. Do it. Do the impression, please.
No.
Do it.
No. I have a sound effect for it. Oh my God! You're killing me, woman! Hiya!
Okay. Yes.
That is the least sexy thing to hear in bed.
I think it's some people's cup of tea. It's some people's cup of tea.
Hey, I'll take the fetish, man. Sometimes I wish people would only like sleep with me because of the Asian fetish, because then I don't have to try, you know?
Yeah.
If you have an Asian fetish, please hit me up. I'm tired of being charming. I'm tired of being flirty and smooth and funny and smart. Just sleep with me because I'm Asian. It's so convenient. Please.
What would you do if you got somebody who had an Asian? What wouldn't you do?
What
Would you
I
just
do?
be there? Would you
I'll
just
just-
be?
Yeah, I'll just be there. I'm like, well, thank you. Yes, treat me like a king. So if you have an Asian fetish,
Oh,
please
my
hit me up.
God. That's interesting because I did realize how much looks matter. Okay, so Nigel, I was on this film set and everybody was wearing face masks like the crew.
What a smooth segue. Sorry, we got a bit of a tangent there. Sorry, guys. But yes,
It was
choking
a smooth segue, wasn't it? I thought it was quite smooth.
It's suddenly choking fetish. So I was on this film set.
Well, I did say
But, okay.
I noticed how much looks matter. I thought I was really smooth. It's the first time that I'm leading the podcast today, people. So it's taking some time to work out.
Well, it's because most of the topics are from
Working out.
Evelyn, so I'm just riffing.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
okay.
true.
It's fun. I love it.
And it always comes back to sex. It always comes back to your like hate sex, which was one of the topics we were going to cover, but then you
Yeah.
said no.
I know. It's in my head. It's in my head. I just came back from Sweden. I had shit that went down there. I talk about what's in my head, people.
Okay.
Love
let's
makes
cut that
people
out.
irrational. Okay?
Okay.
I tell about my problems to Evelyn, and Evelyn's like, oh, why is your life so much drama? You know?
It's really ironic. It's really ironic because you think that the depressed person would be involved in drama, but it's not. It's not. It's the mentally healthy person that's involved in drama. And also Nigel and I were talking about like love, and you won't believe it, but guess who thinks that real love is how it's in K-drama?
There's
Guess
a little
who?
bit of that.
Guess which one of us thinks that real love should be the way that it is in K-drama?
Listen, I just had
Guess
some
who?
listeners. I just had some drama with my time in Sweden, okay? And I sent Evelyn screenshots of my texts with that person.
And I was
And-
like, how old are you guys? 14?
That's what love does to people.
Does
It's emotion, it's animalistic, it's irrational, it's beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time.
Oh, gosh.
You know, I
Oh.
feel bad that you haven't felt this love that moves you before.
I felt it when I was...
Captain Ree fucking moved from North Korea to Switzerland. Okay?
Captain Ree is fictional.
Okay. Touche. Fair point.
And I have felt that kind of love when I was 16. when
Okay.
And then again at 24. And that's how I learned. That's when I learned that I'm like, oh, that's not love. That's drama.
What
That's
do you
drama.
think love looks like for people our age in our 30s? What do you think love should look like now?
Respectful, rational, communicative, fun, joyful.
That sounds terrible. If that is what love is, nobody will fall in love.
Of course, that he would fall in love.
No, we love falling in love because we feel like it's out of our control.
You fall in love because it's like, it's comfortable. It's like...
You make love sound like
joy.
a job at an insurance company. It's comfortable, it's respectful, it's stable.
You make love sound like a car crash.
And it is. It is. You're out of control.
It's not. Oh my god.
What do you think?
So
I think maybe I'm a romantic. Call me a romantic. But I think that's what love is supposed to feel. Scary, hopeful, fun, unstable, dramatic. Right?
I think that's a very young kind of love. And it's exciting, but it's a very young kind of love.
Yeah, eventually it stabilizes and you start building a life with the other person.
And then what does it become?
Then it becomes a more mature type of love eventually, but at the beginning stages, for the first 6 months, it's...
Of course it's supposed to be like the honeymoon phase is like, what's it called? Tingling and like, exciting, and you want to be with that person and you want to talk to that person and all the time, blah, blah, blah. But it's not supposed to be dramatic or hard.
Sometimes it's just hard, Sometimes it's hard. Things that are worth having tend to be hard, right?
Aren't you guys surprised by this? You would have thought that I would have said what Nigel's saying.
I'm a fuckboy, but I'm also a romantic, okay? Sometimes I fuckboy around and then I fall for someone I'm fucking and, shit happens. And I get my heart broken.
Oh, God.
And I book a ticket to fly back to London. That's what goes on. I was so nice too,
So, I was at this film set, and...
I feel I tried to lead the podcast, but I keep butting in with my problems.
I was like, this is because usually I'm the one who's kind of like, la 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 la, and then you naturally just take the lead anyways. So I'm like, yeah, let Nigel do it. But then today I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do it because you kind of, you're a bit heartbroken. And you don't. And my topics were the ones that we decided on. But yeah, it is tough because you keep leading it back to your heartbrokenness, and I'm like,
I can't help it. It's in my head.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And then I go, oh, I think we should talk about this because I think he's really in pain. But we can't because it's public. This is public.
We kept it vague enough. We kept the details vague enough.
Yeah, I guess we have, but I mean, we'll decide if you want to keep this in.
Why do you think I flew business? Why do you think I flew business? To make up for the heartbreak. Because I deserve this. I feel shitty enough already. I don't want to sit next to scum while I feel heartbreak. I want to feel heartbreak with champagne. And I want to feel heartbreak in the lounge, bitch. I want to feel heartbreak in the common area, people waiting for their flights.
Can I tell our listeners? When this happened, Nigel posted a video of Stockholm on his Instagram. It was very nicely shot, but then the soundtrack to it was the most breakup song ever in Swedish. Like,
yes!
When I watched it, it was like, the lyrics went like, oh, the city feels different now. It has your memory all over it. Oh, it's so gray. I'm so sad. Blah, 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 blah. And I was laughing because I was like, what is going on?
That was our song. What do you...
Where is 9 condoms?
9 condoms was taking a break that day.
Why are you posting a breakup video?
9 condoms can be vulnerable too.
I was like, how old are you? It was so funny because it was so unexpected.
This is why I get open up to Evelyn and she laughs at me. Who's the bully now?
You have done the exact same thing.
No.
Without being as sensitive to your emotions as I am. No. You do it on the podcast every week.
No.
And now I'm doing it back, and it feels really bad, but also it's really funny.
You see why I do it now, right? You see why I do it now, right?
It's so funny.
Because punching down is the most hilarious thing.
Okay, no, because because from my point of view, I'm laughing at this so that my friend will feel less bad about it. Hopefully.
Your friend? Who's your friend?
You!
Oh. I thought it's the person I was seeing. I'm like, why are you thinking about her? Why are you on her side?
I met her once.
Weren't we great together? Weren't we great together?
You were very sweet. Yes, you were very sweet. She was
Yeah.
very lovely. The situation's bad, but it'll solve itself, or not itself, but it'll get solved eventually.
Time heals everything.
Well, it depends on what you do in that time.
I'm not Evelyn Mock. I don't need 7 years to bounce back from this. I won't need
Speaking
crystals.
From experience, it depends on what you do in that time.
Now I have to spend New Year's Eve alone.
That's even sadder. What was it? Oh my god, I was talking to him on the phone, and Nigel was like, we were talking about this, and then he was like, oh, thanks for listening. Yeah, I'm gonna hang up now. I'm gonna go have some Huel. And I was like, oh my god. This is so... You're heartbroken, and now you're gonna go and drink Huel. I was like, this is so sad. Oh my god. Oh god. And when you're heartbroken, like, I remember there's a comedian called Hari Kondabolu, and his brother Ashok Kondabolu made a funny joke. They had a podcast together, and Hari was talking about a recent breakup that he had, and then he was like, yeah, it was just like so awful eating alone again. And then his brother was like, oh, like, were you sitting there and just thinking, why am I eating? Why am I prolonging my life so I can feel this pain? Like, why am I trying to live longer so I can feel more pain? Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
it feels like that.
okay. My
What did
parents
Mom
just
say?
she said, can you be quieter?
My friend needs me. Tell Mom. My friend needs me. He's heartbroken.
They're
He's
like, "Who,
drinking
Uncle
Huel in
Roger?"
the business class lounge.
Did you drink it in the business
No,
class?
no.
Oh my god. So
I like business class
so
too. It's
funny.
full of lonely people. It is. They rarely travel with a partner. Have you noticed this? We have the whole row to ourselves, and it's just one person sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Business class is about lonely people trying to fill a hole, you know,
With money.
with leg room. We lost something important to us, so we fill it with leg room. Yeah. I'm never gonna open up to people again. You open up and you get shit on. When I was a fuckboy, nobody shat on my heart. You know? I was unattainable. People liked me more.
It really was like the it really was like the fuckboy. You really sounded like a fuckboy who got his heart broken. Because of the things you said, I was like, oh my god.
What did I say? I don't remember now.
This hasn't happened to him. Oh, what did you say? Because there was something that you said that I wanted to remember.
Yeah, I even wrote her a Christmas card with my handwriting in it. And then with feelings and shit.
Oh yeah, you did say that. You said I wrote her a Christmas card. It was
Yeah,
my
I did.
handwriting
I
with-
did write her a Christmas card.
with feelings.
With feelings and
shit.
stuff. A paragraph. It's not like Merry Christmas XOXO. I wrote all the cheesy shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna spend Christmas together. Many more Christmases to come, you know. Da, da, da.
And I'm so sorry I'm laughing at this, but it's just so funny because
Who sends Christmas cards anymore?
oh god. It's okay, people. Okay, you know what? Oh, I can't go on. Because it's just gonna get sadder.
You can't go on? Really? Are you the one with the heartbreak? You can't go on. Really?
I can't go on with this episode because I can't. Because if I continue to try to if I continue to shit on you because it's funny. It is so
It's
funny.
really funny.
But
And it
it'll
makes me feel better
it'll
that
make
you're
me feel
laughing.
So bad. It'll make me feel so bad.
Why?
Because at one point you're laughing now, but then I'm gonna hit a nerve, and then you're gonna be, that's not funny actually. And I'm like, oh no, I went too far.
There's no nerve. There's no nerve. There's nothing you can say that will hurt me more than what I've already felt.
Yeah. Oh, Nigel. That's so cliche.
Hey, you can have your 14-year-old shower thoughts. I can have my cliche in love thoughts, huh?
No, yes, you can, and I love that you are, because I can't believe that the tables have turned. In this episode, I did the "You Make Me Feel Special" dance.
I need a sad sound effect. Where's the sad sound effect?
I'm leading I'm sort of leading the podcast, but also you took over.
And I keep bringing it back because I know if I let it, it will all be this shit, which is what you're seeing now.
No, it wouldn't. We had really funny topics, and we were laughing. Right?
Yeah, laughing is
really
good. Laughing made me feel good.
But yeah, I did the "You Make Me Feel Special" dance. I'm sort of leading the podcast today, and now I'm the one shitting on you. What's happened?
I deserve it. I had it coming.
Oh, hopefully this is a cathartic episode for you, Nigel.
It is. And we stopped the recording and I turned off the studio lights. And then I stopped the camera rolling and then I can reflect.
And you can reflect, exactly.
Yeah.
I hope this was a cathartic episode for the listeners as well. Finally getting an episode where I shit on Nigel. When he's at his most vulnerable. Oh.
What a great start to 2021, huh?
I feel so bad.
What great character development.
Very good character development.
I have emotions too, people.
And we finally got to see them.
Yeah.
Very fun. This has been a lovely episode. Nigel, don't cry.
I'm not crying. I cried all yesterday and the day before already.
Oh, God.
You know how much concealer I need to wear so people don't see the puffy eyes?
Oh, God. Nigel. Who knew 2020 would end with me feeling okay and Nigel feeling awful?
Sometimes I wish I got COVID now so I have something to keep my mind off things, you know?
Oh, God.
I'll think more about trying to breathe than her.
This is great because if I let him keep going, because he's a comedian, it's gonna get so dark. And I would enjoy it. I would enjoy it a lot, but you guys wouldn't. You guys wouldn't. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. All right, let's end it here. Thank you, people. Thanks for listening. And I'm fine.
Just send little hearts. Just send little hearts to him on Instagram. And under this video.